So we got the bad news that Marvel pretty much tanked their entire company by making these silly characters called Snowflake and Safe Space. Then we got the news that they're going to have a comic where Batman is half Chinese and Alfred's gay. Now we get this silly writer here comparing the coronavirus to Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. Now, I hated The Rise of Skywalker, so I don't completely disagree with what she says. We'll get into that. But I think it's distasteful, and I wouldn't compare it to the coronavirus. Marvel Studios She-Hulk writer Dana Schwartz, whichever you want to say, compares coronavirus to Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. So up here, they just repeat the title. In a now-deleted tweet, Schwartz wrote, "Coronavirus is going to be like Rise of Skywalker. It's a nightmare. It's going to be a struggle." And we agree. I cannot deny. It was a struggle watching it, and it was a nightmare as far as the plot points and destroying the rest of the things they didn't destroy already in The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens. She then added, "But then we're going to get to come out the side and pretend it never happened." Well, I don't think anyone's going to pretend the coronavirus never happened. I don't think anyone's going to pretend The Rise of Skywalker never happened, but in certain ways we are going to forget about both. Mostly The Rise of Skywalker, because when you forget about the coronavirus, you're being disrespectful to the people who sadly died from it. So here's her actual tweet right here. Now, South Park's a show I love. I've been watching South Park for decades. I saw the movie in the theaters, cracked me up. They're honest, they tell jokes that are controversial these days, and of course, she doesn't like South Park. She first gained notoriety in an attempt to cancel South Park, although she denies that was her original intent. In regards to South Park, she stated, "In retrospect, it seems impossible to overstate the cultural damage done by South Park, the show that portrayed earnestness as the only sin and taught that mockery is the ultimate inoculation against all criticism." Well, what South Park does is tell honest jokes that no one wants to say that everyone's thinking. That's what it is. No more, no less, and it's one of the best shows ever made in my opinion. So here's her actual tweet, and they had this in the article, but I cut out the tweet because I retweeted and commented about it. She says, "Fan gatekeeping is a profoundly toxic subculture. The people who think enjoying a thing gives them ownership over it." And the problem is, people don't just simply enjoy Star Wars, or I should say Lucas Star Wars. Star Wars was a religion for some people. It was spiritual. It was a way of life. It wasn't just a bag of Doritos, a Starbucks latte, or a beer you sip on for 15 minutes and enjoy. So I said, naming your kids after something, having themed weddings, getting tattoos of it, and watching it hundreds of times is more than just enjoying it, quote unquote. Talking about Lucas Star Wars. Expect some gatekeepers to enter the real fandom. It's special, not a Starbucks latte. And that's exactly the thing. You can't just take something that's beloved for 40 years, that has certain standards of storytelling, characters, and writing, and bring in all these new fans to love Rey, Poe, and Finn, and the other garbage that you put in the franchise, like Rose, and Holdo, and your mama's jokes. Okay? Even if Star Wars was made for kids, kids don't like that stupid bullshit anyway. Kids like good stories, good characters, like everybody else. So I'm saying, you know what? There should be some gatekeepers to protect it. To protect it from people like Schwartz, who say stupid shit and write stupid shit and are basically, well, to put it quite frankly, in my personal opinion, stupid. She should be doing something else besides writing for Marvel, a franchise, a company that is destroying itself from the inside. Anyway, I'm doing shoutouts, special thanks, things like that. You let me know what you think about this lovely lady down below, and if you're not subscribed here, consider subscribing. I'm doing pop culture, entertainment, following Amber Depp. Not Amber Depp. I say that once in a while. At one point it was Amber Depp, I guess, unfortunately. Following Amber Heard vs. Johnny Depp. Little sci-fi. Star Wars when it comes up. Japan vlogs. If you don't subscribe, I'll be sad. You probably won't care. That's life. We're done.